Hi everyone, my name is Ravi and welcome back to K Consulting Case series. So today I'll be discussing another case consulting which has been already be taken up in program, digital business associate program. So let's go ahead. So the title of the problem statement which we are going to discuss is identifying talent gap in global financial center. So this problem statement is from financial industry. It was taken up in 23-24 in the ninth cohort. So firstly, I'll be going to go through the case description. I'll try to uh, develop a rudimentary understanding of the case. I'll try to go line by line and try to understand what the problem the client is facing, what is the demand they are seeking to solve, and I'll try to tackle it in a very comprehensive manner. uh, I'll try to touch as many pain points as I can and try to develop an overall understanding. So let's go ahead. So case description: the global financial hub faces a need to enhance the talent pool. The project aims to assess the talent shortfall within the financial center's ecosystem by evaluating global, local, and regional talent demands and trends. So definitely, the problem statement is very evident and prominent. When the countries like UAE is if wants to really become global and wants to be the leaders uh, in whatever things they want, whatever things they are doing, they really need a talent, and they need to have talent which is coming from around the world. What can we do to have uh, people from across the world, best brains to come to their company or businesses? So definitely it's a very prominent and evident problem. uh, and I think it should be addressed in a very comprehensive and in a very holistic manner, because we need to also keep in mind that uh, uh, bringing talent from around the world, like if I have a lot of money, I'm having a business and I want people uh, to work for me, then one thing one shortcut one short thing which I can do is put out the job description, put out the job post, and offer great amount of money, and this is going to bring in a lot of people. So definitely this will bring in a lot of people, but this is not a very sustainable way. What we need to achieve here is how can we create uh, how can we improve our education facilities, how can we improve our skill building programs, so that we can empower local Emirati population, local youth, so that they can participate in the mainstream means business activities and technological activities. And this is going to be beneficial for them as well. This could boost the employment of the region, and also uh, improve improve the talent shortfall which the region is facing. So uh, this particular problem, I think, should be dealt with a very long term horizon. And I'll try to while proposing the strategies out and solution out, I'll try to focus more on the longer in the longer vision plan, that how can we achieve a great talent pool, talent supply in UAE, in Middle East. So that's how I'm going to put forward my solution. So that was uh, the one of the factors. And now I think I can go ahead and present you another slide where I have redefined the objective and goal. So the objective already I have discussed so far, but I'll again like to reiterate the objective in a very crystal manner. So the objective here is we need to address talent shortfalls by aligning the financial hubs ecosystem with global, regional, local talent demand to sustain its competitiveness. So very clear from the objective, we need to address these talent shortfalls. We need to make sure we improve this talent gap in immediate efforts in immediate time by giving appropriate incentives by uh, um, uh, more giving more salary than the market standards. So that will be the short term way to address it. And definitely the long term goal should definitely be how can we have improve the educational facilities and build skill building programs so that the youth is employed enough, the youth is skillful enough, and they could meet the requirements, and can be employed in the financial hubs. So let's look at the goals. So the short term goal: identify key gaps in talent pool and analyze market trends. So uh, uh, before beginning with any uh, talent uh, building program, I think first very important step is we need to identify the key gaps, that what are the skills which we require in our jobs, which we are lacking the people. Like, okay, is it the tough R&D where we are lacking the talent, or is it the people from is it the engineers we are lacking, or is it the doctors we are lacking, or is it the financial experts we are lacking? So the idea over here is, let's do a very thorough comprehensive study, identifying what are the key gaps in the talent pool. And also, while at the same time we need to address what are the market demands, which is which what are the business experiencing. Like, okay, uh, like for example, let's take quantum computing or quantum based solutions. So uh, there's a good likelihood that if we look at the job market, there would not be too many people who are experts in quantum or quantum computing. But we know that someday or the other, one day in future, definitely for sure, there is definitely going to be huge demand for quantum experts or quantum related engineers in the market. So we need to keep a tab on market as well, and anticipate, okay, what kind of next wave of technology which is coming, and for that we need to be prepared of, like, we can have like for example, we know that AI is going to be the future. So why not introduce, we'll be needing a lot of AI engineers, AI, um, people who understand AI comprehensively. So in order to address the gap which is going to come in future, we need to uh, begin it from the education level. We can uh, make think of making AI as part of curriculums right from beginning from the school. So the idea over here is, let's analyze what are the key gaps in the market. This is going to make us which this is going to give us an image that, okay, which what are the areas we need to address immediately. And then analyzing market trends, that is going to give us an idea that what is going to be the wave in the future for which we need to be prepared of well in advance. So these two comprehensive studies should be conducted as very short term goals, as part of short term goals. The second one is mid-term goals, that to develop strategies to attract, retain, and upskill talent across financial sectors. So mid-term goal is more of like addressing the current gap. It's to what can we do in the best measures and with the resources available at disposal, so that we can attract and retain the best talents across the world. So we need to make sure that know what kind of things this best talent is looking for. Is it the remuneration part, or is it the work life balance part? So the idea over here is, how can we create an environment in the financial hub sector, in the working style, so that the people from around the world, best people, can very naturally and organically can uh, consider us as UAE as one of the good places to work for. So I think the midterm goal should be that, let's fix our working area, our working standards, and make it the best in the world, so that organically people can come in. Because we can induce and uh, fulfill it in a very inorganic way by just giving out large sum of money and getting the talent. But that is going to be a very short term uh, way of solving the thing. And because if you don't have right working environment, right ambience, and right system in place, the top talent might come might come because we're giving them money, but they'll soon leave. The faster they came, the faster they leave. So we need to the midterm strategy needs to be uh, the addressal of the entire ecosystem of the working style in the financial sector. So that is important. And the long term is how can we establish the hub as a global leader in talent development and innovation. So having said already that if we really want to fulfill this gap, if we really want to be want to achieve on a go on a sustainable path, it is very important that we give appropriate uh, investment we in the talent development sector. That okay, what are the gaps which is currently which needs to be addressed, and how can we uh, make those skills uh, as part of education program. So talent development is I think this problem is more of an education problem, I'll say. Like if we wanted to solve this problem in long term way, I think focusing on education side is very crucial. So that is as a I'll take it as a long term goal. uh, So that was about the goals and objectives. Again, I'll just like to retouch upon the objective and goals once again, already discussed, but still again going through. Objective is we need to address the talent shortfalls by attracting the best talents in the world and making sure that we are competitive through it all across. The goal through which we can solve is first we need to have short-term goals, which is to address the key. What are the key? Which is to understand what are the key gaps currently in the talent pool. We need to understand what are the skills of which we require people, but we are lacking. So that we can attract them from around the world. So that's number one. Then we also need to analyze on the market trends, that what are the next wave of technological innovations which is going to come in financial sector or otherwise, so that we can be well prepared for it in advance and can already have those programs or as programs or as a workshop building stuff in schools, so that the youth can be aware about those skills or technological aspects, so that once when it comes in future, we already have a youth which is ready for it. So that's the short term goal. The midterm goal is what we can do as of now in order to build the best right environment, so that the best talent from around the world comes, but not only comes but they stay and we can retain. So the idea is here to increase the retainability. And also it is important if that if we fix uh, this environment factor, then uh, we'll will very organically attract a lot of talent from around the world. So that is going to be the midterm goal. The long term goal should be okay, then how can we establish us as a global leader. So having already discussed, if we wanted to solve this in a long term manner, long term fashion, we need to invest in our education, and it is more of an education sector problem. Like if we are making sure that our youth is getting right education, and that when I say right education, that means right skills they are learning, I think we could our industries could never face the this challenge of talent shortfall. So the long term goal, we need to address it as a education challenge and solve it accordingly. Now I'll be covering on the strategy part on how can possible strategies we could adopt in to solve this problem. And Yeah, so let's go forward. Hi everyone, welcome back. Uh, Having discussed, we have already discussed about the problem statement. What is the main problem which the client is facing regarding the talent shortage which it is facing, and then we also devised out of what could be the potential short-term, mid-term, and long-term goals which the client could follow in order to address this talent shortfall gap. So in order to achieve it, I think we can have a very six pointer strategy which we could follow up which we could follow. So I'll try to uh, cover each strategy one by one. The first strategy is the mapping skill shortages and future needs across core financial sector. So the first thing is which we need to do is like we need to do a very thorough study analysis on what kind of skill shortage which we are experiencing. Is it we are lacking the people who have, is it the people, is it financial experts which we are lacking, or is it the computer programmers which we are lacking, or is it the quantitative or economic experts which we are having? So the idea over here is let's do a very thorough due diligence skill based studies where we can identify what are the actual gaps which we need to fulfill in, and uh, basing on that we could further base and improve on our strategy. So number one is to do a very uh, diligent skill based study. The second is the second aspect is we need to also uh, while doing this study we also need to uh, make sure that we are also anticipating and taking in account what could be the potential future needs across the financial sector. Like for example, blockchain is considered to be one of the important technologies to be integrated into financial institutions, financial systems. So we need to know, if future is going to be blockchain, then how we are going to what is the current status quo of the blockchain experts which we have currently, and what how we are going to fulfill this demand when it comes in future. So the idea over here is to do to be not only to address the current shortage which we are experiencing, but also how can we keep up with the demand which is going to come up in future. So these two studies needs to be done in a very simultaneous manner and in a very due diligent manner, so that we could come so that the picture could be clear to us, and therefore on that basis we can go forward with our strategy. So that is number one. Market insights. So we evaluate global and regional talent trends to inform targeted recruitment strategies. So this market insights is also important. We need to understand what are the talent no talent trends across the world. Like uh, if the talent, what is the attrition rate which is there in the best financial institutions in the US, or maybe in India, or maybe in China, so that we could keep up we could keep up the match with them. We could improve upon our practices and can understand what the talent wants, what are their requirements, so that we could provide them with that right kind of environment, right kind of infrastructure, so that they could uh, uh, decide to stay back for a longer time, and uh, devote more years to the company. So that's important. So evaluating what are the trends across the global financial institutions is important, and we can take those in account, those insights in account, and we could make sure that the recruitment agencies which operate across the UAE and in the region and for the this financial hub, they know about they know about this global worldwide trends, so that while uh, while planning out on strategies, or while planning out on uh, their activities, they could take that in account, and whatever they could do, they should do it in a global world class manner. So uh, keeping a market tab is important. The third one already discussed a lot: ecosystem enhancement, foster partnership with education institutions, training centers, and global talent networks. So, point three, four, and five. The point three of ecosystem enhancement, point four of attraction and retention, and point five of upskilling initiatives. So, these three are very foundational and are going to be the pillars on which we are going to address the problem and base our solution. So, it is very firstly important to create a right ecosystem, so that the talent comes in and they could be comfortable working in, they feel comfortable to work in. And to do that, we need to do also make sure that what are the pain points currently the talent is going through, so that we can address them, and we could improve upon our ecosystem as a whole. So that is very important. The second is as attraction and retention. So attraction is how can we need to also revisit that either that do we the incentives which we are offering, like competitive salaries or opportunities which the financial hub is offering, is it on par with opportunities outside the nation? So we need to make sure, and we need to make the package which we are the overall package which we are giving it to the talent should also be of par excellence. It should also be great. We need to revise that also. And also we need to make sure that the work life balance is being maintained, because the talent which is going to come in, more likely they are going to come with their families. And so we also not only need to make sure of that employees taken well care of, we also need to make sure that we the schemes are designed in such a way that in their entire family is being looked after. So the idea is to create the best attraction and retention policies. Attraction then definitely can come from paying greater package as compared to the market, and but retention can only come when we have a very inclusive uh, and comprehensive overall uh, package for the employee. So that was about retention and attraction. The fifth one is upskilling initiative. So this is one is very which is crucial, that okay, now we have an employee base of maybe 500 5,000. Now we need to make sure how can we improve the efficiency of those 500 or 5,000 people uh, in a stepwise manner. How can we make sure that we make them the market? How can we equip them with the right skill set, right knowledge, so that they can be the next market leaders, and under their shadow new leaders can emerge. So the idea over here is how can we invest in upskilling initiatives, because there's a tendency that there's a tendency or a myth that only only it is more the investments are generally sometimes more focused on so so So, having already discussed about ecosystem enhancement, attraction, retention, yeah, upskilling initiative. So, there's definitely what the investment mistake which happens usually is that more kind of an effort goes into goes into upskilling the college people or the college crowd, or the crowd which is of 20 to 25 uh, which falls in the 20 to 25 spectrum of age. But uh, it is equally, I think, important that we need to uh, uh, invest in a right amount of the right amount of money into upskilling the people who are who are the mid-level professionals or the senior level professors, because I feel that they are ultimately the leaders, right? So I think uh, if we invest upon if we try to invest upon them as well, I think it's going to create a very good network effect. Like if we have a good manager, right? If we have a good manager who is upskilled, then definitely it's going the people who are going to work under him are going to see a very positive change, and there will be a change of environment. So the idea over here is, along with the investments which is going for upskilling the college grad or the freshers out of the college, is going to continue for sure. But how can we also invest in a rightful manner in the upskilling initiatives of mid-career professionals and the senior market leaders? Yeah, so already we discussed about talent gap analysis, then market insights, and then we discussed about ecosystem enhancement, attraction retention skill, upskilling initiative. Lastly, I think which is very important that we need to understand is we need to, whatever the practices we are introducing, whatever the improvements we are making, we should make sure that we adopt the best practices from across the world. We can see and we can take inspiration from around the world, that okay, which are the best financial hubs in the world, which are, which are doing really good, and how can we learn from that, or how can we can have, we can have programs like where we send the senior executives of the financial hub to the best other to the other good places, where other good financial hubs, so that they could go and learn from there. So the idea over here in totality is like, we should make sure that whatever the practices, initiatives, new endeavors we are undertaking, it needs to be internationally. It needs to have it needs to be on par excellence with the best standards in the world. So that's an important part of the strategy. Again, I'll touch down upon all the points. So the first important point is we need to go with talent gap analysis. Under this title, we have to do we need to take up two thorough due diligence studies. The first study needs to make sure the current skills shortage, like which what are the particular skills we are lacking in, like it should answer the important questions like, are we lacking financial experts, or are we lacking cybersecurity experts? If we are lacking cyber security expert, then how much of the numbers we lack? So the idea over here is, let's do a very comprehensive studies and find out what is the current status of the shortage in the market. The second is the second part of this study should be uh, where we are anticipating, and where we do where we are anticipating and uh, predicting the what could be the future breakthroughs or future requirements which are going to come in financial sector. For example, like blockchain is considered to be one of the breakthroughs which is going to come in financial sector and be used as a utilized as a technological advancement. So we need to know, okay, if blockchain is going to disrupt in future, then how prepared are we at this moment, and what are the necessary steps which we can do as of now, so that when the blockchain era where blockchain disruption comes in, we are well suitable and well equipped for it. So these two studies are need to be done in a proper manner. The second one is market insights. So we need to make sure what are the best practices which is happening across the world, and also what are the global trends which we are seeing in terms of talent, like which are the best places which is attracting most of the talent. What are the iteration rate of these financial hubs which are best in the world? So the idea over here is, let's get an insight over what the best practice, what are the numbers are of the best financial hub, so that we can have a benchmarking in our we can have a benchmarking in our side. Okay, this is the standard set and we need to match it up to that. So that's where the market inside analysis is going to come in. The third, fourth, fifth pointer is about ecosystem enhancement, attraction, retention, and the upskilling initiatives. So in order to attract and retain the top talent, it is very important to create a good ecosystem, and hence we need to invest rightfully in the current infrastructure, so that we could have best work life balance offering in place. We could have um, best environment, most comprehensive, most harmonious environment, so that the current employees are enjoying, and not only the current employee, but also hello. So the current employee base should be benefited from it, and also we should make sure that we are making we are revisiting the package which we are giving out to employees, and should make necessary changes, so that it could what we are offering to the employee is holistic and comprehensive. Because this if we are attracting the talent from around the world, then they are more likely to come with their family. So while so not o- we should not just stick to increasing the salary, but we should also look it in a 360 manner, that the how much of growth opportunity we are giving it to the employee. Then upon then when the pointer is about upskilling initiatives, we need to make sure that right amount of skillful building activities are taking place. uh, just like any other government or any other agency, definitely there is a huge budget involved and dedicated for upskilling of young graduates, freshers out of college. But I'll also suggest that we need to not in if not equal, then we should also in a do a comprehensive study, and then we should also do a dedicated amount of investments in training mid-level executives and partners, uh, or in say the totality in the current leader, so that uh, these leaders could, if they are they are equipped with the right skill set, if they're equipped with the right knowledge and awareness, then there would be a very networking effect. Like their employees which are working under them will have will have a better working environment, and these young leaders will we say now that the knowledge goes from top to bottom. If the manager is good, then the employees working under them will be happy and will be able to contribute more to the team and to the company as a whole. So uh, it is important to have good managers, good partners, good leaders in place, and therefore it is important to be involved in efficient upskilling to their skill set. Last but not the least, of all, while adopting any practice, while inaugurating or initiating any practices, we need to make sure that it is best in the world, it is world class, and uh, having already addressed this point in pointer two, that we need to strictly evaluate the numbers, figures, and practices of the best global platform, so that we could have a standard set and we could match up to them. So while making sure while making sure that we are introducing the changes, we need to make sure that we are matching it up in to the standard set. So that was about the strategy part. Now I'll touch base upon the implementation roadmap. So having said that, the year one needs to we need to make sure that we do this gap analysis study very diligently, because whatever the initiatives we are going to take, endeavors we are going to take, will heavily depend upon the studies which we are going to undertake uh, in the initial phase. So these studies are going to be of paramount importance, because the facts and figures which is going to come out from these results are going to be the base for our decisions which we are going to take in future. So this study has to be done in a very conducive manner, and right experts should be involved in this two studies. The second year is like, once we know that what our pitfalls are, what are our drawbacks, what is our current status, and what is the future which we are anticipating, we need to scale our talent acquisition and upskilling initiative. So if our talent acquisition, if the number of our talent acquisition professionals are X, then we need to make sure that we are in doubling down upon the talent acquisition people, because the more amount of good talent acquisition professionals we have, better are the chances for us to implement the policies and place strategies in a more scalable and the fast way. So we need to improve upon the numbers of talent acquisition professionals. That should be the motto of year two. Then year three needs to be okay. We have did our gap analysis. We have a good amount of talent acquisition professionals. Then year three need to be the year where we are positioning the hub as a global talent magnet. So uh, year three should be the year where we are making sure that all we are implementing all the learnings we have learned so far, and we are implementing them and making sure that we are acting as a magnet and attracting the right talent from around the world. So I believe the strategy which we discussed so far is robust, it is future ready, and it is reinforcing the hub's position as global financial leader. So that was the discussion part about it, and I learned a lot. So uh, I hope you enjoy reading as much as I enjoyed speaking on it. And this was bit fast in bit and pieces. Actually, I took 2 days to record this video. So yeah, that's where the change of shirt. So yeah, let's meet in another case discussion session. So yeah, bye.